Hi guys! So I am Russell and this is Russell in Sweden. Welcome to my latest video. I am a South African who does videos on my life here in Sweden, what it's like to live here in Sweden as a foreigner. So today I'm going to do a video on my house, and which is set in this small village in the Swedish countryside. Like, how did I end up here? Why do I live here? And why I think Sweden, well, the Swedish countryside has some of the best quality of living here in Sweden. So let's go have a walk around. Right, so I just jumped off the bus and standing at the bus stop in my local hood. So you can see just over here is my house. And I love this little area because everything's so close by. You don't have to go very far. There's the pizzeria just over there. Make kebabs and stuff too. Then you have my son's school just over here, and then of course shop over there too, which is has everything you need, a little Icanera, and my house and bus stop, all like in the same area. Pretty sweet. So down there on the left hand side through that tunnel is the most awesome thing. Let me grab my bike and I'll quickly show you before we get to the house. So this is it, this amazing fairy tale castle, which is like 3 minutes down the road from me by bike. Pretty awesome. It was built, like the first one was built like in 1360 something, but obviously that was like kaput and they rebuilt it in the 1500s, and I think they finished it in 1860 or something like that. It's a pretty special castle. It's got like something like 4 big towers for the seasons of the year. It's got 12 smaller towers, each one for the months of the year, and then like 52 rooms for all the weeks, and 365 windows for all the days. Pretty spectacular. I think this is one of the most beautiful castles in the whole of Sweden. So this area is awesome. You can come in here, picnic, hang out. It's free, or you can make a donation when you come in. I go and fish with the kids just over here. Yeah, it is absolutely stunning. There's a little cafe. We hang out here a lot in summertime. Go and swim. There's a beach over there. We swim, we fish, we have the best time. And this is just here. All right, back to the house. When we first arrived in Sweden, it was the middle of the pandemic and prices for houses were astronomical. And I wanted to live in a house. I didn't want to live in an apartment, but we were broke. So we ended up buying this house out in the Swedish countryside. I am a messy person and my veranda is no exception. Yeah, check out new tire for my caravan and a bunch of life jackets drying out and fishing rod. Just getting ready for, you know, the next time we go out. Let's go in. Oh man, geez, what a mess. This is how it is normally. I better sort it out. Give me a sec. Oh, much better. A little bit better. So let's try that again. Here on the left hand side, you see my kids' winter clothes, just some of the winter clothes. And then we go into our little hall over here. More winter clothes. Hopefully with it being April now, soon all the winter clothes will be gone. Electric bike. So these cheap old Swedish houses often don't come with that many bathrooms and stuff, and it costs so much money to renovate bathrooms. So we have yet to renovate our bathroom. Came with a small little bathroom, pretty enough, but it does need to be modernized and made a little bit better. And yeah, we've got 5 people in our family, so it would be great to have 2 bathrooms. Had a couple occasions where we've had to use a camping toilet also when we've had lots of people here, or we've been like fixed painting or something in the bathroom, and yeah, not the greatest. So yeah, this is where we wash ourselves. Kitchen. Yes, I haven't done the dishes, I know. I will at some point. Yeah, this is our kitchen, and yeah, everything's untidy. Look at all this stuff on the fridge, but I'm not tidying up for you guys, so I don't care. Right, now, what is really nice about these old houses is they usually come with what they call a spis, which is an oven. It's an old wooden oven. It's usually in a place like this, right next to the chimney. Unfortunately, I don't know why the people who had our house before, they took it out and they put the fridge here. So yeah, have a fridge, but no wooden spice. And those wooden pieces, if you see my last video, there's one in there. They warm the whole house up and they're so nice. So it's nice to have a wooden spice and your traditional like electric stove as well. But anyway, so this is the brick chimney that's in this house, which is pretty cool. And we realized once we saw this, that on the other side of this wall, this wall is like the center of the house, that there would be the same sort of brick on the other side. So we could put in a chimney there. And then the kitchen leads out into this little room here, which I guess is the dining room, but we've been using it as an art room slash guest room at the moment. Baby changing station. So in our house, when we bought it, it had these radiators, which look quite nice, but they are really, really old. I mean, they're like 100 years old. They came with the house. So we think they look cool, but they weren't going to be very effective. So when we were exploring options of how we're going to heat up this house, we were like, well, we can put in like a heat pump, one of these massive air heat pumps that heats up water and then feeds it through the house. But then we'd have to replace all of these, and you know, we had no money, so it was just too much money. So we had to figure out something else of what we were going to do, and that's why we installed our our air heat pumps, which are like air conditioners, but they blow out hot air. And we also installed our fireplace. But coming back to these guys, originally there was an EL Panna downstairs. Actually, it's still there, which is like this heating element which works directly off the electricity and heats the water. So you can imagine when Russia invaded Ukraine, it would have cost us a bomb if we were using that to heat this. And back into our lounge over here. Over here above my head is the heat pump I was talking about. They look just like an air conditioner. I guess they are an air conditioner. So like in summer when it gets really hot, you can use it to cool down the house. And in winter, it blows out hot air. And they're relatively cheap to install. We chose two of the best we could find at the time, and they were about 20,000 krona each, so about 2,000 euros each. That's with like installation and everything. And we put one in our lounge, and it blows out hot air. And they work really well up until about -5. Once you hit -5, then they start to struggle a little bit and they take a little bit more energy. They are extremely energy efficient and you save a lot of money on them. Another negative point can be that they don't exactly heat up the entire house. They struggle to go around corners. But you know, when we bought this house, and if you ever look at buying these old Swedish houses, they are quite hard to heat up. People heated them with fires in the past, and it costs a bomb to redo all the radiators or underfloor heating or anything like that. So yeah, we installed one of them downstairs, one of them upstairs, and it's been okay for us. It does get a little bit cold in winter, but that's where the fire comes in. Russia had invaded Ukraine and electricity prices went up like crazy in Sweden. I mean, you could pay 20,000 krona a month just to heat your villa, which is like 2,000 euros a month. Insane amounts of money. So we decided we wanted a fireplace just to be safe. And in my life is a little bit crazy and as a prepper, and yeah, so having a way to heat up your house when it can get to -25 is probably a good thing to have. So we decided to install a fireplace. And had no idea the process of what we had to do. Our house, unlike a lot of these cheap Swedish houses that you can find in the countryside, didn't come with a fireplace. They'd taken them all out. So it had a chimney, but we had to figure out what we were going to do, how we were going to like install it and all that sort of stuff. And that was a giant process. So I made a video, like, well, I didn't make a video, but I have like bits and pieces on when we renovated it. So check it out, see how we put this bad boy in. And we had a window, just like this window here, which was over here. And I took it out, put in the door, and now we get to use the back garden. It was just a big rock, and no one used this side of the house. So yeah, I built a little deck for the kids, and then had this awesome little project here where I found someone throwing away old artificial grass, decided because it's such a rocky back garden that I would make a little football pitch for the kids. So yeah, I did that, and then yeah, backing out onto the house here, got an old fish tank. We're gonna go fishing, put some small fish in there for the kids. It's good fun. And there's the house that we painted last year with my dad. So let's head back in and have a quick look upstairs. Right, up the stairs. Go see what it's all about up here. So when we moved to Sweden, the price of houses was really high. It was the middle of the pandemic. And we were staying out in a little cottage in the countryside, and we really loved it. And my wife's family, a lot of them live in the countryside. And we thought, well, we wanted to live near the city, which was Eskilstuna. But prices there for a villa was around about 3 million krona at the time, which is way out of our budget. So we thought, well, let's have a look at the countryside and see what we can afford. So that's how we ended up living about 30 minutes from Eskilstuna. And to give you an idea, where a house was costing about 3 million in Eskilstuna, was costing around 1.5 in the countryside where we were. So we ended up buying a house for 1.4 million, and it was a very standard house. Now houses are a little bit cheaper, and I would highly encourage anybody looking to live in Sweden to look just outside the cities, in the countryside, or in the little villages outside the big cities. The houses are simple like mine, nothing fancy, but you can get them at a good price, and over time you can fix them up and make them into something really nice. We live an awesome lifestyle here and wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you for hanging out with me here in my little village of Storasundby. Before you go, let me take you down the road. I already showed you the cool castle, but on the other side, we have this beautiful lake. I'll take you down there and show you where we spend the rest of our time, going on a boat out to a little island and doing a lot of fishing.
When I met you in the summer, then you weren't such a